But this is Karen's birthday. We're having her favorite. Shush, goodbye. The whole neighborhood is going to be there, honey. We're so happy to have you home again.
Say that again, Sugar Plum. Oh, I better hurry up if I'm going to play squash with Barry. I'm going to run him ragged.
Stop it! Stop acting this way.
That's Karen. She knows her parents aren't like this. Dad hates mornings, drinks tons of coffee, and smokes cigarettes while Mom stays in her robe until noon. She wants to know who these people are. She takes off running.
Barry! Stop Karen!
How did that guy miss her? He was headed right at her and was only a few inches away. I thought he was going to tackle her.
What happened? Karen!
Please get me out of here. Are you okay? They want to hurt me. Drive! Drive!
She gets to where Austin is. Austin is being Austin.
Austin,
Mickey, you're late.
I had a problem on the road.
Did you pick up the ultraviolet detector?
I'm wearing it. Can't you tell? Austin, listen, please. They're right behind us.
I have good evidence. The deposit of archothoriobos post-dating the Paleocenic period lies under Serendip.
It's great.
McKinley refuses to let me run a...
Karen sees her parents pull up and jumps out of the car.
Karen!
They're not my parents. He's lying. They're not my
Karen,
parents.
stop it!
Karen, please, honey. You're scaring us to death.
What's going on?
I'm trying to tell you.
Lesson for today: sometimes even the great Austin James needs to shut up and listen.
This is a kidnapping. I can have you arrested. Why don't you back off and give us some space? You get out of the way or I'll have you arrested. Wouldn't you like to do what's best for your daughter instead?
Ted, honey. Maybe he's right.
Nobody has any idea what that is right now, so calm down and let's sort this out. Dragging her back home against her will is just going to make things worse. Dad says, okay, I'll wait in the car. I have to say, that's a classy move. He knows he's not in the condition to discuss things rationally, so he takes himself out of the equation. He seems like a good dad. Karen is just convinced he's not her dad.
She hasn't been well. She's been in an institution. Listen to her. My mother would never tell anyone I was in an institution. My mother was ashamed of it.
Her mom says it's her birthday. We wanted to have a party for her. Austin says, you have my word, she'll be at the party. I'll see to it. That's good enough for Mom. They both leave.
Because I just encountered two of the most incredible people ever to walk the face of the earth. The cigarette fiends. I saw it in their teeth and in the whites of their eyes. Look at that nicotine stains between his fingers. That's 3-4 packs a day. So neither of them has had a cigarette for the last month. I heard it in the pitch of their voices.
He says they should still be showing the effects of nicotine withdrawal, but those two act as though they've never smoked in their lives. It's an anomaly that's got his attention.
I've only seen that kind of self-control in one other kind of personality.
Which is?
Psychotic mass murderers.
Here we go again.
Austin has already concluded that Karen is right. There's something wrong with those people. That's why he and Mickey are going to take her to the birthday party, so he can figure out what.
Tell me one thing, Karen. How are you so certain they're not your parents?
They're too perfect. Like somebody created them yesterday. I don't know.
Remember our agreement. I'm going with you as an observer. If I think you're right, I'll back you up all the way. But if I don't...
You'll see. It's not just them, it's the whole neighborhood. Turn right.
They haven't even parked the car yet, and they're already noticing something weird.
Like, what do you mean the whole neighborhood?
Like everyone buying brand new motorhomes, quads, and dirt bikes.
Wow, it's RV paradise. My house is the one with the boat.
Everybody in the neighborhood can afford all that stuff? I have questions. So do Austin and Mickey. Karen says, what's wrong with this place? All the original people are gone. Nobody has any problems, issues, or vices anymore. I just have one bit of advice for our detectives. If you spot Catherine Ross or Faith Hill, get out of there quick.
What's wrong?
The front yard. The lawn. The whole neighborhood's perfect. All except this guy.
He'll be the one to ask about all this. If you want to know what's really going on, ask the person who doesn't conform. Austin will have to do that later. Right now, it's party time.
Hey, kid! Hey, you came back for your birthday! No, I came back to see you. You okay? I'm fine. Roger's a jerk.
Interesting that not everybody is perfect. That's Abby, Karen's little sister.
Who are they? Some friends? How many children do you have? Then I was married. It's a standard neighborhood question.
Karen goes in to get ready for the party while Austin tries to shake off his embarrassment. At the party, he meets Barry Boxell.
Ted and Sherry's neighbor. I live right down the street.
I like your lawn.
Yeah? I'm home twice a day.
How long you been in the drug manufacturing business?
Almost 9. Hey, Ted tell you that?
Pen in your shirt, Boxell Drugs.
I think I sleep with it. And take some advice. Remember the name. I'm talking blue chip.
Hey, Barry, what are you telling us?
Nothing yet. Just that Boxell Incorporated's about to make this entire nation stop smoking.
Do you know how many cancer surgeons you're going to put out of business if you do that?
The Sheltons have 2 children. The Rands 1, the Goldsteins 1, and the Gerbhardts 4. And nobody smokes.
Of course not. They took Barry's secret formula.
Jimmy Austin, I just bought the new Criswell place.
I'm Lou. This is my wife, Barb. No beer again. I can't believe it.
It's a birthday party. The kids. How many do you have?
We don't have any yet.
Don't apologize. There's nothing wrong in deciding to wait.
Well, I guess it's a good thing. Lou's married to his work.
I think we found the guy with the imperfect yard. They have a little spat right there in front of everybody, and then he goes off to find a beer. Austin and Mickey mill around a while, and Austin sees Lou getting cozy with one of the other wives. Beyond that, it's pretty dull.
Here, listen to my case. No heavy metal, Abby, not today.
Outside, Mickey is puzzled.
It was the most normal party I've ever been to, with the most normal people I've ever met. Still think they're mass murderers?
Worse than that. The number of stressed-out personalities at this party is 800 times the national norm. I don't know why, but I'm going to find out.
Something very weird is happening here.
Why don't you try wearing your hair up sometime? That looks nice.
Like that.
Watch where you throw that football. Hey! This is the last time I'm going to warn you, Roger. You apologize to Mr. Boxell. Dad, go suck an egg.
Everybody is shocked, but the show isn't over.
You go home. I'll talk to you later. Go shoot yourself.
Everybody is busy with the cake, but Austin is watching something else.
Barry Boxell. Where would a man go to shoot himself at a party? You're right. The garage.
He did exactly what his son told him to do. You can bet Barry is going to do what he was told too. Only his is a little more serious than sucking an egg. He doesn't remember a thing about it. He's at the hospital getting checked over. Austin suspects somebody tampered with the food, some kind of drug to make these people take orders from their teenage children. They need to gather Karen and go find the cause.
I can't go.
Karen, you have to leave.
I need it here.
Or not. Looks like whatever it was, it finally got to her.
Normal bacterial count, no toxins, no unacceptable chemical additives. That's it?
That's it?
How do you feel?
Fine.
I knew it wasn't the food.
Barry and his pal have applied for a patent for their stop smoking drug called Quit It. Barry's investing $8 million in an ad campaign to promote it. Borrowed, of course. Talk about sticking your neck out.
Well, maybe that's how Ted and Sherry kicked the habit. Maybe this stuff really works. Austin, we could be witnessing a scientific miracle.
What'd you do to your hair?
Put it up. Like it?
Old way's better.
A few hours ago, you said you thought it...
You know what I said. You ought to know by now when I'm being facetious.
I call baloney on that one. I'm betting he has no idea why he said it. But he does know who to go see next. They nearly run over an obnoxious kid on a bike getting there, but it's time to talk to Lou.
What's going on? We're looking for a motorhome. Nice big one. Heard you were the man to see. Can we come in? Well, it's a little late. Nice place.
Why is he spying on them? Austin says, I want to know about all these RVs everybody's buying from you.
They built up a staggering debt, Ted, Barry, Wayne, the others. When's it going to stop? I don't know. It's a crazy neighborhood. I don't have to do anything to sell them the stuff. I mean, they're standing in line. Who am I to stop?
He knows it can't continue. It's going to be a neighborhood of bankruptcies, repossessions, and lots of other ugliness. But even if he was inclined to do something about it, do what? Austin goes to see Karen.
Wasn't it a great party? Sorry, but Mom and Dad are out. They took Abby to the movies.
Just wanted to see if you're all right.
I feel terrific. I can't thank you guys enough. How about another piece of cake?
No, thanks. We really should be running along.
Well, bye. Thanks for being so wonderful to me.
This is a recording. Austin expected this, so he's ready. Is it weird that I've always wondered what it's like to have someone do that to you? As Austin said, we studied her before she was infected. Now we can study her after and hopefully come up with some answers. Because Mickey is convinced that's not Karen inside that head.
Theory about Karen. Get her away from here and she'll be all right. Julie. Why?
That's the housewife Lou has been visiting. She just shot him. Lucky for him, she's a lousy shot. He'll survive. She doesn't remember any of it. Karen is sleeping for now.
Oh.
I can hear you blink your eyes.
My eye? Is that bad?
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
Austin, you're doing it again.
What?
My hair at the party?
Well, can't I say something nice to you for a change?
Well, sure. But it isn't like you.
That snapped him out of it, and now he really wants to know what's going on. But we have to get that from his expression, because no way is he going to admit to Mickey that he thinks somebody is screwing with his head. His head is supposed to be impervious to that stuff. But right then it was just pervy.
They're here. Who? My parents, the neighbors. They came after me, Mickey. Where? Where are they? I heard them talking. They want to take over my body. Karen, it was just a dream. Nobody's here. Scared. So scared. It's okay. I'm here.
Karen is afraid she's the one who's insane, and her parents and the rest are somehow the normal ones. Mickey assures her, no, you're not crazy. Something very strange is going on in that neighborhood. And whatever it is, it's breaking down. Things are starting to get violent and a little unpredictable.
Karen, after Austin and I left, what happened with you and your parents? Nothing. Everyone's upset about Mr. Boxell. We hardly talk. What was that? Just some pills. The no smoking pills? But Karen, you don't smoke. I know. They're my mother's. They make me feel better.
In fact, they put her to sleep. That's how the pill makes you stop smoking? It puts you to sleep? There aren't any more pills in the bottle, but there's some residue. Unfortunately, it's nothing but the gelatin that coated the pills. Meanwhile, Austin is admiring Lou for being a direct, straightforward man. Mickey says he's loud, obnoxious, selfish, and he won't even discuss having children with his wife.
You're right. You're absolutely right. In the land where children are king, Lou is childless.
So Lou doesn't get any personality pills because he doesn't have any kids?
What about his wife? Does she get any? Or is she collateral damage because of him? Time to go back to the neighborhood and find out. And by the way, Karen is gone again. Probably back home. She slipped out when Mickey fell asleep.
Ted has some kind of workshop in the garage. My guess is I'll find the quit it in there.
What are you going to do, walk in and order a gross?
No. I'm going to break in and steal it.
Austin, it's a major felony.
I like it when you worry about me.
So Ted makes the quit it in his garage? If Barry just went $8 million in debt to promote this stuff nationwide, they're going to need a bigger garage. He slips in past the family who are playing cards, but one person spotted him.
What are you doing in here?
Hi, Abby. Just checking out your dad's workshop. What's he doing here?
Work.
I thought he was an advertiser.
He is. He makes commercials and funny noises. Roger helps.
Sometimes I get to speak into the microphone.
So he records the audio for his commercials right here in this room. That's an elaborate setup.
Abby, is that you? Is there somebody in there with you?
It's Karen's friend.
What?
Haven't seen the bill to my office.
He does know how to make an exit. Mickey tries to drive away, but a big RV blocks the road. The whole neighborhood is behind them, so if she backs up, they'll end up hurting someone. There's nothing they can do but surrender.
Yes? I guess we're gonna have to do something about you two.
The best thing to do would be to move that RV so they can go on about their business. It was just a thought. They're tied up and Karen is about to force the pills on them. They try to explain how the pills are bad, they make you open to suggestion, and have led to some disastrous results. They might as well save their breath. These people worship the magic pills.
We find that relaxation is necessary the first time. Quiet room, mood music.
Tight binding ropes on your bodies and wrists, the usual stuff. We'll be back later.
Now it's no trick. Expand your chest and tighten your muscles. They tie you up and then you relax. Got about 7 minutes to get those pills out of our stomach.
Getting nauseous.
Good.
They have to get the pills out of their stomachs, and there's only one way. Cut to later, thankfully.
Stupid idiot! Can't they do anything right?
Whoa, that's unnerving.
Mickey, I need the pills.
Austin,
What's wrong?
I got to thinking. There's got to be some way. I know they don't have a perfect society at Dorado Grande. What's the matter?
I need...
What?
It's happening again, Mickey. I need to say things to you.
He can't help himself. He has to try and pursue her, and it's getting kind of intense. He's trying to fight it and tells her, steer clear of me and take notes.
You had children. You have the most beautiful children in the world.
Austin, you got my hand.
I know. I just want to hold you, Mickey.
But, well, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Why? Why isn't it a good idea? Be descriptive.
Because you don't mean it. It isn't real. It isn't you.
Exactly. It isn't me.
He's putting it together. The whole thing in that neighborhood isn't real. It's all an illusion. The happiness and conformity, it's not real.
I'm wonderful, Mickey. I have been ever since the party.
But you didn't take any pills. You don't even live there. How?
Find out.
No, he wasn't reaching for... Never mind. The pills are placebos. A sunflower seed has more psychological effects than these things. Now nothing makes sense. Austin pumps up the music and heads for his sensory deprivation chamber to think.
What should I do?
Type up a memo for me. You apologize for my behavior.
If I were you, I'd change the song. You've heard it so many times you can't think straight.
She did it again.
My tape from the car. Right before every romantic episode, I was listening to music. Party, car, here.
Well, so was I.
Just wait. I have a hunch about this, and it involves children.
Children.
Barry tried to kill himself. Ted sucked an egg. They got their instructions from children. I'll bet you a month's pay it was Julie's son who sent her over to blast Lou.
He puts the tape in his machine and tells it to scan for irregularities.
This is a message from Mr. Austin James. You love Mickey, Mr. James. You think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. Every time you hear this music, you will think you want to marry her and have lots of kids. Bye for now.
Subliminal programming. We have a fair idea that it doesn't actually work, but in the 80s there were lots of stories about it, and they were a lot of fun anyway.
Well, that sounded like Roger. How could a kid do something like this?
That's what his old man does, electronic manipulation and advertising. Only in this case, it's Roger manipulating his parents. The other kids in the neighborhood must have it too. Lou has bad habits because he doesn't have a kid to tell him what to do.
Using Ted's equipment, Roger and the other kids can make their parents do anything they want, even try to kill themselves or others. What to do about it? I would think the answer is obvious.
All right, we got free ice cream. Yeah! Free ice cream right up here. We got it. Okay. I got a bunch of those. Hey, guys. Better hurry. It's going fast.
If you don't like ice cream sandwiches, just say so. We have other selections.
I've had it with you. This is my neighborhood.
Not anymore. I'm taking it away from you.
I'm gonna bash your lousy head.
You missed. They retreat to the truck.
Come on, Ron. Somehow.
Do something.
Only one thing we can do.
Austin?
Here come the parents. Are they friends or foes?
Roger! Stay right there. We're gonna finish ourselves this time.
Just who do you think you're talking to, young man?
You heard me. Get out of here. I'm gonna garage it for a month.
You're not too old for a good shellacking, mister, and I'm not too old to give it to you.
Dad, okay, lighten up. No big deal.
Are they friends or foes? Depends on if you're Roger or not. For him, definitely foes. Austin's trick with the music worked. It broke the kids' spell on the parents and returned them to their normal, miserable, chain-smoking, excess-drinking selves. The neighborhood is saved.
You guys married yet?
Abby.
I played the recording too slowly. It was her voice, not Roger's. Abby, I want you to tell me how you did it, how you made your parents do what you wanted them to do.
She was messing with her dad's equipment one day and discovered she could make sounds that affected some nearby fish in a tank. She showed it to Roger, and he discovered it worked on their parents, too.
It was you who made them stop smoking.
We learned at school you shouldn't do things like that.
Abby, why did you want Austin to fall in love with me?
Because you're supposed to.
Men and women fall in love and get married and have children. That's how it works in a child's world.
I'll never forget their faces, Austin. They were cold-blooded killers.
No, they weren't. They were children without parents. With all the power in the world, no idea how to use it.
Ever read Lord of the Flies, Austin? Without parental guidance, they became cold-blooded killers. You're both right.
What about Karen and her parents? You think they'll go back to their old ways?
That's entirely up to them. They gotta learn they gotta rely on themselves in life, not pills or subliminal messages.
Well, what's to stop Roger or somebody else from using this terrible mind control thing again?
I'm creating another message. One that says forget, and then I'm taking the ice cream truck for another drive through the neighborhood.
Careful application of a sledgehammer to Ted's equipment might help, too.
The technique is so precise, so unusual, it won't be discovered again for decades.
Go have it, go.
Beethoven.
Okay, what's on the tape?
Having a 9-year-old girl making the great Austin James act against his will.
Actually, I enjoyed it.
You did not.
I certainly did. I was fascinated. I studied myself. I couldn't wait to hear what I was going to say next.
Did you think it was authentic for one tiny little moment?
No.
Why is it you decided not to get involved with relationships?
But I have. Me and the universe. It's all I can handle.
It's a shame, Austin. You're such a wonderful person.
Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Warm, strong, handsome, articulate. I don't know anybody more courageous. You're not corrupted by envy or jealousy. Trustworthy, steadfast, loyal, dependable.
You can sit up and roll over and fetch a ball.
Your face looks beautiful in the moonlight. Austin James.
And you were so sincere. Chin.
That was a nice note to end on. This is now the third time I've watched the series for these reviews, and I really can't see why it wouldn't have caught on. A couple of episodes were overly complicated, as I've mentioned before, but overall, I found it interesting and funny. Austin and Mickey are open books to us. We know them. In that short time, we got to know them as well as we know our next-door neighbors, maybe better. So what happened? Well, first it ran opposite The Cosby Show, which was still insanely popular. But it might have had a chance if not for the 1988 writers' strike. As quick as that happened, this show got canceled. In that sense, it never had a chance. It has a small cult following today, despite the lack of material, although, as I said at the beginning, finding it at all in a form that's remotely comprehensible for reviewing was a booger. I assume ABC still owns the rights to it, so hey guys, it's one stinking DVD. Make it and sell it. We'll buy it, okay? Although, considering the way technology has moved forward since 1988, can you imagine the stories that a reboot could come up with? Whoever we got to play Austin and Mickey, the show could probably make a go of it now, as long as nobody goes on strike. So yeah, ABC guys, about that order for the DVD, give me a side of reboot with that, okay? Thanks. Come on, I can do this. One of those is going to have to do because my head is hurting.